I took a left where she said turn right, but I liked the look of that hill in the light. Now I'm cruising past cows and a field of sunflower. She's been recalculating for the last 3 hours. I ain't in a rush, I ain't got a boss, but my GPS sure thinks I'm lost. The GPS thinks I'm lost, keeps shouting like I care what it costs. Says make a U-turn, but I just laugh, cause I found more peace off the beaten path. Every wrong turn's a story or a song, and every small town's where I belong. So let her holler, let her exhaust. The GPS thinks I'm lost. Past a barbecue shack with one window pane, guy selling ribs out the back of a train. Met a girl named Jolene, not that Jolene. Said she reads palms and drives a trampoline. I bought a Coke and a postcard or two. She said, honey, this world don't need a map for you. The GPS thinks I'm lost, but this old heart's feeling defrosted. She's saying proceed to the route like I'm confused, but I'm just out here chasing better news. Ain't trying to win, just trying to coast and collect some bugs on the hood at most. Might be off track, but I'm not tossed. The GPS thinks I'm lost. Someday I'll end up where I'm meant, but until then I'll burn this tank in every cent. Cause life's more fun when it don't make sense.
And you're singing loud to Merle and Prince.
The GPS thinks I'm lost, but I'm exactly where I need to get across. These winding roads, they talk real sweet in a language she can't seem to beat. Let the satellites roll their eyes, I'll be eating pie under open skies. Ain't looking for gold, just getting embossed. Yeah, the GPS thinks I'm lost. She just said make a legal U-turn. Sorry, darling, I already did that in 1983. Woke up with a do list 10 items long, but the coffee pot broke and the creamer was gone. Checked the mirror, saw that same old face, said to hell with the chores, I'm leaving this place. Grabbed my keys, left a note for the cat, said don't wait up, I'll be back when I'm back. I left my plans at the Waffle House, ordered eggs and changed my route. That waitress smiled, said darling take your time, so I filled up my tank and left my mind out where the signs don't make much sense and the road curves like common sense. Sometimes you find what life's about when you leave your plans at the Waffle House. Somewhere in Georgia I met a guy named Skip. Had a mullet and a toothpick hanging from his lip. He said you look like you need to drive real far, then sold me a bootleg Willie Nelson tape for the car. I popped it in, cracked a smile real wide. That old man might just be my spirit guide. I left my plans at the Waffle House, traded stress for a slower route. Now every diner, booth, and neon sign feels like church with a touch of grits and rhyme. I ain't got a map, but I've got this grit and a gut full of bacon and wandering sin. You'd be amazed what shakes out when you leave your plans at the Waffle House. one place. So I tip my hat, raise my toast. Two wrong turns I love the most. I left my plans at the Waffle House, found freedom in a paper napkin and mouthful of doubts. Now I'm chasing sunsets and truck stop signs, and tapping the dash when the rhythm aligns. Ain't rich, but I'm richer than I've been, with a full heart and a bug-splattered grin. Sometimes the best way to figure it out is to leave your plans at the Waffle House. She said, "You want that to go?" I said, "No, ma'am. I think I'm gonna stay a while." I packed too much the first time out, had a blender in the backseat, don't ask me how. Now it's boots, a cooler, a beat-up map, and a playlist longer than my Uncle Jack's naps. Learn to trust old diners more than billboards saying fine. If the waitress calls you, hon, you're gonna eat just fine. Met a guy named Rick in a Texaco lot. Said you don't need plans, just trust your gut. His dog had one eye and a crooked tail, but they both had stories that could fill a rail. Rick said chase the sunsets, don't just follow signs. And then handed me a peach and said, "This one's prime." Roll the windows down, let the small talk fly. Take the long way round, kiss the miles goodbye. Find a song that hits like your old man's laugh, and drive like life's too short to hold the past. Every town's a story, every road's a friend. Keep driving, boy, the world don't end. Stopped in a town where time stood still. Gas was cheap and the folks were real. Saw a girl in a sundress, tan as toast. She waved like we already knew each other most. She said, "You look like you're running from some kind of ghost." I said, "Nah, just chasing peace coast to coast." Camped out once near a Firefly Creek. No cell, no noise, just the stars to speak. Heard an old man playing steel guitar. Said home's not a place, it's wherever you are. He gave me coffee made in a sock. Yeah, really, tasted like regret, but warmed me silly. Roll the windows down, let the small talk fly. Take the long way around, kiss the miles goodbye. Find a song that hits like your old man's laugh, and drive like life's too short to hold the past. Every town's a story, every road's a friend. Keep driving, boy, the world don't end. Ain't about the perfect plan or five-star stays. It's the back roads, flat tires, and lemonade days. It's laughing till you cry 'cause the GPS lied, and singing with your buddy till your voices die. It's the kindness of strangers and dogs named Lou, and that trucker who taught me how to barbecue. Now tell my son, when the world feels tight, take a tank of gas and chase the night. Don't fear detours, don't rush through. The best stories in life don't stick to the route. And when you're feeling lost or a little low, roll the window down and just let go. Roll the windows down, let the small talk fly. Take the long way around, kiss the miles goodbye. Find a song that hits like your old man's laugh, and drive like life's too short to hold the past. Every town's a story, every road's a friend. Keep driving, boy, the world don't end. Keep driving, boy, the world don't end. It just opens up round the very next bend. Bluetooth, backup cam, voice commands too. Heated seats for my bad back and a nap for the view. She tells me where to go and when to check my tire, but can't find the dang gas station when the tank hits fire. And last week she said I was heading east, while I was sitting still, eating chicken and grease. My truck's smarter than me, she talks more too and disagrees. She's got a brain in her dash and a snarky tone, and knows I snuck fries when I drove alone. She brakes by herself and she parks in tight spots, but she still can't find where I left my socks. I miss crank windows and a rusty key, 'cause my truck's smarter than me. I asked her to play Hank, she gave me Drake, then froze up solid by the edge of the lake. Told the tow guy she's just moody today. He said she probably wants a software update. She's got more sensors than I've got friends, and a button I pressed I'll never press again. Yeah, my truck's smarter than me, knows my playlist, blood type, and guilty plea. She tells me to breathe when I curse at the light, and reminds me to blink when I drive at night. She adjusts my seat like a therapist would, but can't explain why I still miss my old Ford's hood. I just wanted AC and a CD, now my truck's smarter than me. I said take me somewhere warm and slow. She took me to a vegan taco show. I said no thanks, turned the wheel with pride, then she locked the doors from the passenger side. Yeah, my truck's smarter than me, but she don't know how to climb a tree like I did when I skipped math in 72, or how to love a woman who tells the truth. She's got tech and tricks and a mind of her own, but she still can't match a sunset alone. So I'll keep driving wild and free, even if my truck's smarter than me. Now if she starts talking politics, I'm walking. Well, the oil's low and the tires thin, the AC's wheezing like a violin, the mirror's cracked and the seatbelt sticks, but she still starts, that's my kind of fix. Got a coffee cup jammed in the dash, and a duct tape bumper that screams white trash. Cruising with the check engine light, glowing like Christmas in the dead of night. Radio busted, but my voice still works, singing off key with a smirk that jerks. I don't need perfect, I just need a ride, and I'm cruising with a check engine light. Gas gauge lies like a used car ad, says I got a quarter, but I know it's bad. I passed a Tesla at a red light stall, waved real big, then I heard a clunk and a fall. She's held together by pure intent, and maybe prayers from previous rent. Yeah, I'm cruising with a check engine light, it's been on so long, it's my guiding nightlight. She coughs on hills and burps on turns, but she's got soul and rubber that still burns. Laugh if you want, I just might, but I'm cruising with a check engine light. And they shake their heads while I hum Skinner and eat cornbread. This ride ain't fast, but she's got charm, and a glove box filled with granola and yarn. Cruising with a check engine light, ain't got plans, but I got time and bite. The world's in a rush, but I'm in cruise with a wonky tire and nothing to lose. engine light. And if it ever turns off, I'll probably miss the thing. Left my worries in a coffee-stained note, said back by sunset, but we both know I won't. Had the radio blaring, windows down low, singing Springsteen like I was 30 years ago. Then red and blue lights hit the rearview mirror, and I thought, well hell, at least the tune was clear. I got pulled over for singing too loud. Guess the chorus hit different, and I got too proud. He said, sir, are you alright? I said, never been better. Just me, this road, and some Alabama weather. Didn't drink, didn't speed, didn't cuss out the crowd. Just got pulled over for singing too loud. Peeked in the cab like I'd smuggled a gold. All it found was an empty cup and a wrinkled coat. Said, sir, you're a little off-key. I said, so was Dylan, let me be me. He cracked a smile, said, where you headed, son? I said, nowhere fast, but I'm having fun. Yeah, I got pulled over for singing too loud. Guess you can't bell George Jones without drawing a crowd. I said, officer, trust me, this ain't a crime. It's therapy with rhythm and a little bit of rhyme. He gave me a nod and a warning with a bow. Try not to scare the cows next time around. He said, you remind me of my old man. I said, hope he still sings like he don't give a damn. Sometimes freedom ain't found in a plan. It's in a 3-minute song and a half-tank stand. So if you see a truck with the windows down and a silver-haired fool belting out Motown, don't call it reckless, don't be too proud. Some of us still chase joy out loud. And if I ever go, let it be known somehow I got pulled over for singing too loud. Reckon next time I'll wear a tie. Maybe he'll let me do back up. Left Aunt Linda's in the dead of June with a bag of jerky and a half-hum tune. She said, just follow that thing on your dash. Now I'm knee-deep in cattails and pond grass. Tried to find a shortcut to Mobile. Now I'm swimming with ducks and losing my will. GPS says turn into a lake. I said, girl, are you sure? She said, make no mistake. I'm sitting on the hood, tossing bread to geese, watching frogs judge me with passive peace. Was looking for love or at least some steak, but the GPS said turn into a lake. Tried to back up, but I slipped in mud. Now my rear view smells like bayou blood. Called a toll guy who laughed for 10 straight minutes. Said, boy, you driving blind or just playing Quidditch? I said, blame the lady in the digital box. He said, next time try a paper map in socks. GPS says turn into a lake. Now I'm fishing out my shoes
coastal sand. Instead I got catfish nibbling my brand. I swear she's trying to fry my brake. This GPS said turn into a lake. She's British too, with that sassy tone, recalculating. Nah, girl, leave me alone. I trusted her more than my ex-wife's do. She done left me wetter than a kangaroo zoo. GPS said turn into a lake, but I found a piece of tan and a slice of fate. Sometimes you dive when life says drive, and find your pride floating down I-85. So cheers to detours and my big mistake when the GPS said turn into a lake. Next time I'm following a guy in a pickup, at least he knows when water's too deep.
Coffee in a thermos, boots by the door, sunlight creeping across the hardwood floor. Keys on the hook since she passed last year, but today they called out crystal clear. No plans made, no map in hand, just a half-packed bag and a quiet man. One tank to anywhere, where the wind don't ask and the sky don't care. I ain't running, just moving slow, letting the engine in silence go. Ain't looking for answers, just room to breathe air. With one tank to anywhere. Stopped in a town with a name I forgot, old-timer way from a feed store lot. Grabbed a slice at a diner that still played cassettes. Heard a kid hum Stand By Me under his breath. That's the kind of magic you can't plan, just stumbles in when you're open again. One tank to anywhere, where the radio hums like a whispered prayer. Each mile unwinds the things I've known, the pain, the love, the years alone. And maybe tomorrow I'll head somewhere, but today I'm going anywhere. They say grief's a storm, but I found it's a breeze that fades in the hush of summer trees. And though she's gone, she rides with me still, in the laugh of a stranger, the curve of a hill. One tank to anywhere, where the heart beats soft and the road feels fair. No need to chase what's left behind, and sometimes peace just takes some time. And the best kind of healing's out there on one tank to anywhere. Didn't know where I was headed when I turned that key, but maybe that's the whole point. I pulled the cover off that old red Ford, hadn't heard her hum since '94. A map with coffee stains and torn up creases led me back to all my missing pieces. Gas station coffee, gravel road tunes, a sky full of freedom and big sky blues. Ain't running from nothing, just needed to roam. Sometimes you heal just by driving alone. So I'm taking the long way home, through dusty roads and radio songs, where the wind knows my name and the past don't feel so strong. Each mile rolls off the years I've known, out where the heart's free to roam. Yeah, I'm taking the long way home. Stopped by a diner in a no-name town where we used to laugh when the sun went down. That waitress smiled like she somehow knew I wasn't just here for the barbecue. Memories a road that ain't always straight, but it still leads you back to a better place. A tank full of stories, a sky full of chrome. Sometimes a man finds his way alone, so I'm taking the long way home, through dusty roads and radio songs where the wind knows my name and the past don't feel so strong. Each mile rolls off the years I've known, out where the heart's free to roam. Yeah, I'm taking the long way home. I ain't lost, just wandering slow, letting go of what I used to hold. Cause peace don't always come real fast, but it rides shotgun when you make it last. So I'm taking the long way home, with the sun setting soft on a two-lane road where regrets fade quiet, like a song I used to know. Each mile's a prayer in passing tones for all the years I walked alone. Yeah, I'm taking the long way home. Left my map in a Waffle House booth, right next to my pride and a busted front tooth. That waitress said, "Sugar, where you bound?" I said, "Wherever the tire stops spinning around." She smiled, topped off my coffee twice, and said, "Some folks search for roads, some for rice." I left my map in a Waffle House booth, along with some ketchup and half the truth. My compass broke, my plans fell flat, but I got a full tank and a wrinkled hat. I'm not lost, I'm just uncouth, since I left my map in a Waffle House booth. Saw a billboard saying Jesus saves, right beside one selling adult microwaves. Pulled into town with the window stuck, met a preacher who cursed and fixed my truck. He said, "Son, don't trust what's printed in ink. This world turns better when you don't overthink." So I left my map in a Waffle House booth. Might have also left my favorite too, but I gained some peace and a keychain too that says y'all come back in red and blue. Ain't got a plan, but I've got the proof. It's scrawled in syrup where I lost my youth. That waitress winked and said, "You'll be fine," then wrote her mixtape on a napkin line. Side A, Skinner, side B, Cash, with "Don't Date Poet" scribbled on the back. So I left my map in a Waffle House booth,
found direction in a plate of truth. You can keep your apps and fancy screens. I've got diner wisdom and caffeine dreams. No GPS, just back road truth. Since I left my map in a Waffle House booth. Might head back for breakfast. Or maybe just to pick up my dignity.
Rolled the windows down about a mile from town. Same breeze blowing through, but the diner shut down. There's a church on the corner still leaning just right, where I kissed her once in the pale porch light. I ain't come to chase what time already stole, just driving these roads to quiet my soul. Back roads and old radios, playing songs only my heart knows. Skinner and Sager cutting through the air like they never left that summer fair. Ain't looking back, just driving slow, with back roads and old radios. That Texaco sign still swings in the breeze like it did when we filled up on hopes and dreams. Past Jimmy's old barn, now it's falling in, but the fence still leans where we carved our sins. Funny how rust holds more truth than gold, and silence says things we never told. Back roads and old radios, playing songs only my heart knows. Springsteen's voice like a midnight friend takes me where I don't pretend. I ain't lost, just moving slow, with back roads and old radios. Each mile forgives a little more. The man I was, the love I wore. Some things you find when you let them go, like peace on a gravel road. Back roads and old radios, carrying me where the wild wind blows. Time ain't kind, but it's honest and true, and it gives you back what you once outgrew. Ain't trying to fix what I'll never know, just driving home, with back roads and old radios. Back roads and old radios, just me, the road, and the songs I know. Left on Monday, broke by Tuesday noon. Had $5 some melted Snickers and a beach ball balloon. The truck's AC quit somewhere near Baton Rouge, so I'm shirtless, sweaty, singing the humidity blues. Dashboard's hotter than a griddle at dawn, and the seatbelt's branding my name on my arm. The AC broke and so did I, sweating my boots but I still aim high. She's wheezing cold air like a dying mule, and I'm sticking to vinyl like a middle school fool. I got dreams, bad memories,
so did I. Stopped at a diner with a flickering sign. Asked the waitress, "Ma'am, is your tea half mine?" She said, "Darling, you smell like regret and toast." I said, "That's just the fragrance of wandering ghosts." Bought a lemonade with my last loose change, then sat on the curb like a country exchange. 'Cause the AC broke and so did I, rolling down hills just to feel the sky. My wallet's flatter than my tire was last June, but I'm rich in stories and hummed out tunes. And if broke means free, then I qualify. Yeah, the AC broke, and so did I. A kind old man tossed me a fan, said, "You smell like every festival I ever ran." I said, "Thanks, I'm just chasing the breeze." He said, "Oh, well, you caught the funk, now catch some cheese." The AC broke and so did I, but the open road's got a cooler sky. Crank the windows, let the world roll in with a sunburned grin and a dimpled chin. They say comfort's king, but that's a lie. 'Cause the AC broke and I learned to fly. And if I ever get rich, I'm buying a fan and keeping it in the glove box next to my pride. She brought trail mix maps, a playlist neat. I brought 3 shirts and 2 left feet. She had sunscreen, I had sunburn plans. She wore shades, I squinted like a busted fan. We hit the road in her Honda Fit, and I knew by mile 10 I should've quit. She packed snacks, I packed regrets. She knew all the exits and I just sweat. She hummed along while I cursed the breeze and begged for mercy from my busted knees. She brought grapes and a full baguette. I brought gas and poor judgment, yep, you bet. She made playlists with songs that matched the sky. I played Skinner till she rolled her eyes. I said, "This is real music." She said, "No doubt," but I draw the line at Freebird 9 times out. We hit a detour, she stayed cool. I blamed the GPS like a stubborn mule. Yeah, she packed snacks, I packed regrets. She had almonds and calm, I had debt. She read signs, took pics, waved at cows. I spilled root beer on her travel blouse. She brought wipes and grace, don't forget, while I brought heat rash and internet debt. But when the sunset lit that dashboard gold, she grabbed my hand and didn't scold. She said, "You're a mess, but you drive all right." And we laughed till the bugs kissed the windshield night. She packed snacks, I packed regret, but she's still here, so I must have done something yet. She's got peanut butter, I've got pride, and a cooler full of jokes from the passenger side. So if love's a trip, then don't forget, bring good snacks and someone who forgives your sweat. Next time I'm bringing the trail mix. and maybe deodorant that works past noon.
Left the diner with a soda the size of my head. Didn't think twice till my knees filled with dread. Now we're rolling through cornfields, no sign in sight, and my seat's starting to feel a little too tight. Buddy snoring, AC shot, and this cup holder's all I've got. 99 miles to the nearest rest stop, and my eyes are floating like a soda pop. I'm tapping my foot, I'm praying to Ford, trying not to think of a waterfall port. There's cows and fields, nothing but crops, and it's 99 miles to the nearest rest stop. Tried to pull over behind some trees, but the farmer showed up with a shotgun breeze. I waved and smiled, said just nature's call. He said nature's fine, but that's my alfalfa, y'all. Back in the car with a panicked leap, now I'm clenching like secrets I swore to keep. 99 miles to the nearest rest stop, and I'm sweating like bacon in a waffle shop. Every bump's a personal threat, and I'm making deals with the Lord I just met. Oh, highway gods make the urge just stop. There's 99 miles to the nearest rest stop. Why'd I drink that Mega Gold? Why'd I skip the last shell with hope? Why's every sign say next exit none? This bladder betrayal weighs a metric ton. 1 mile left to that heavenly stall. I'm swerving like a toddler trying to crawl. I see the lights, I see sweet relief. I might cry or just sigh through my teeth. My soul returns as I park and hop from that 99-mile ride to the rest stop. They say life's about the journey, but sometimes it's very much about the bathroom.